Hi, welcome to School of Miracles. This is Chakra Mondays. We're here to talk about all things chakras to navigate the week. Miro, what are the astrological aspects for this upcoming week?
Hello, Kelly. Hello, everybody. So this week we are going to have finally the major change, which is Mars entering in Gemini. So this beautiful planet over here is going to enter finally in understanding mode because Geminis are always for, understanding, for talk, for, communication. So I think that individually, all of us are going to understand finally what is the shape, what is the texture, what is what do we have in our root chakra? What is our foundation? I think that this Mars in Gemini, everybody is saying that it's going to be horrible and this and that, and intense. But still, me personally speaking from my point of view, because I have Mars in Gemini in my natal chart. So this Mars in Gemini are going to influence you wanting to be what makes you happy, what is your wishes inside your heart and your soul. So basically last week we were having basically really strong connection in our root chakra. I think that we had not the empress, we had the high priestess, yes. And I know that I mentioned the download from the Saturn, the seventh chakra, all the way down to the Mars, the first chakra. So now that was the preparation mode for this moment right now that it's happening. After that, of course, we know other aspects. Venus is in Leo, Sun is in Leo, of course. After that, we're having the Moon, who is dynamic, going through sign and signs. That's the reason why do we feel that kind of change, during the week, because the Moon stays in one side, approximately day and a half. Sometimes two, it all depends, that's about degrees. We're having Mercury as our communication and throat chakra in Virgo. After that, we're having Jupiter in retrograde, of course, in Aries, and Saturn retrograde in Aqua. So all those chakras and planets actually, they are like, of course, in specific aspects, squares, trines, sextiles, conjunction even. So this is more like intense, but with Mars in Gemini, we are going to understand finally what is the meaning of everything that is happening inside us. So that's the fact, and that's the thing.
So interesting when you said earlier that, some might think that that's so intense or it's a bad thing, Mars and Gemini. I can't see how that's a bad thing when we would want to know what our foundation is about. We want to communicate. And if Mercury's in Virgo, I mean, Virgo and Gemini are Mercury communication. So these are all things that I think are very positive. But I'm almost wondering if it's that people maybe don't want to know, or they're afraid to have the conversation, because I'm hearing a lot from people around me in sessions or on live, friends even, who say they're afraid to have a conversation right now. Is that kind of the vibe that you're getting, where it's almost like people want to know, but yet they don't want to have the conversation to find out?
Everybody wants to live in a secure zone, in a glass bell or a
Yeah.
sphere where you are protected, safe, and everything. But yet, the curiosity kills the cat. So
Right.
if you ask, you will be told, about specific things. This is something individual. This is not something, like you ask me, I tell you. This
Yes.
is more like you ask yourself, universe gives you the clue, gives you the answer, or gives you basically the realization of what's the issue. And even if you want to blindfold yourself again, not to be able to see, to go back to Taurus season, when we know that Taurus is a little bit lazy, about, I need to know if the grass is green. Who cares about it? I will eat it if I want to eat it. That's it. So I think that now you can't go back. If you ask something, you will receive it, and that's it, you know. So maybe that's something where everybody is afraid of, especially like in my astrological group of, you know, with my friends who is also astrologist. I talk with about this subject with them, and
Mhm.
everybody's like, "Oh my God, my clients are freaking out. This is happening. This that is happening," you know. So it's a funny thing how everybody reacts on a major changes because Mars is our foundation. All those personal planets. So personal planets in astrology are, of course, Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus. After that, we're having generational planets and things like that, but it's not astrological class. I just want to say it because, you know, every single personal planet, when it's changed the position, when it's changed you know, the sign, and when it enters in the next one, the 0 degree. So basically, that zero means a lot. That's the degree of Pluto. And Pluto is our ancestor chakra, who is all the way down below our feet,
Mhm.
which is our major foundation. So we have our physical foundation and we have our spiritual foundation. That's something that we're going to talk about in maybe some video. But the thing is that now, with everything that is changing, that 0 degree of Mars in Gemini is going to give us basically possibility to transform, to change, to be a little bit Scorpio, because we know that Scorpios are the sign of a change, because that degree is Pluto, who is ruled by Scorpio. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. Maybe people is finally going to see your personal attraction, like how attractive you are when you're speaking, because our throat chakra is going to instantly be connected with our Mars, you
Mhm.
know, which is of course a good thing.
I'm kind of giggling to myself over here because I think of Mercury in Virgo. And as a Virgo myself, you know, Virgos, people come to Virgos for advice because Virgos are logical, they're responsible, and they're gonna tell they're gonna tell you how it is. Not because they want to be right, just because they want to tell you to help you. And that's why I'm thinking that a little bit of this Mercury and Virgo energy might be a little bit of a, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a flash of some truth, that maybe that's why people are afraid, because they know they're going to get the truth when it comes to Virgo energy. And so, you know, I always say when I give that truth to people, it's because I say it out of love and I want the best for everybody. But a Virgo is going to tell you exactly how it is, you know. So that Mercury in Virgo is going to be interesting with that Gemini, that Mars in Gemini.
We all have friend Virgo, don't worry. Like regardless if you're having Mercury in Virgo, Sun in
No, that's what I
Virgo,
mean. Virgo energy
Virgo.
in general. I think that's going to come out very interesting for some people. So we'll have
Uh-huh,
to see. People will have to let
okay,
us know.
okay.
Well, let's look at our root chakra. Let's feel it out. What's the energy in our Mars? Oh, the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. Wow, this is interesting because there's two things I always think about with the Page of Pentacles, which is of course some sort of tangible offer, you know, some sort of communication, right? Because pages are messengers, so some sort of offer being extended. But not only that, learning and studying something. Oh, you've got the moon. Oh, so something's going to be revealed. Look at that.
Mhm. This
Hmm.
is, you know, this is being like you not being able to blindfold yourself again.
Yeah.
So this offer that Mars is giving us with the, I mean, you hold the Page of Pentacles, which is the offer. You had the offer to ask a question. I want to know everything that was hidden from me. I want to know everything that is this, that is that, that it's in my base. What is my base? What is my capacity? What is my this or that? Now you can ask questions. Now you don't need to hide yourself anymore from the truth, from the things like that. And yet, this is, you know, something maybe that was caused. Like let's call it a trigger that it's caused
Hmm.
in a Cancer season. So from Cancer season, if you're having something that you are dealing with, you know, maybe this is something that you're going to reveal. And I don't know why I always see this card as a sandglass, you know.
Yes, like an hourglass. Yes. Yeah. I agree
So
with you.
it's really interesting how, times is going slowly, piece by piece. And, I think that us dealing with emotion and I think that emotion is something that was corrupting our core, if I can say it like that. Now everything is being cleansed because we talked about, in a previous video about triggers video, so I can go and see that video about how universe is going to clean everything for us, including our first chakra.
I think what you are also saying too is a little bit about perception versus reality. I think that there was a perception maybe of something that maybe wasn't the way that it seemed, and is going to be revealed. That reality is going to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see our Venus here. Sacral chakra. Oh, and I got the star. Healing, blessings, wishes coming true. Oh, the King of Cups. Oh, I like that, Miro. Wow. There's that water energy right there, from the moon, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But look at how she's pouring the water here, right? This is very emotional energy. Blessings.
Interesting how, I mean, first and second chakra, we have like domination of the blue color.
Yeah.
Blue color is the color of peace, is the color of knowledge as well, is the color of that, that is basically giving us the peace between masculine and feminine energy. And I'm pointing the feminine because this is the sacral chakra, this is the root chakra, so Mars and Venus. And I think that you can be emotional, you can be this, you can be that, but yet, like the channel of the emotion needs to flow. I always say emotion is like the endless river. If you're trying to contain the piece of that river, you're making a pond. That pond, in that pond, the water does not flow. Through time, it might lose it might be dirty, it might be this or that, it might be hidden and contain hidden things because you're putting everything inside. When you're having the water that runs as you have in star card, I think that's where beauty is. So basically the message that we all learned or we are going to learn in the next week is that you can't control emotion. Emotion needs to flow by their natural way because when you were the one who was controlling the emotion or trying to contain them, you were making, the hidden stuff in your first chakra. And first chakra, of course, we know that this chakra that contains all our traumas from past. Now, this star that you hold, she is pouring the water of knowledge, emotion, and everything into his cup, and he is the one who is facing this moon and this face in a moon or a mirror, whatever that is. So I think that this is more connected for cleansing ourselves, deepest of the deepest emotion that we have inside us, maybe that we weren't even aware of.
I agree. And the one other thing I want to mention is that Aquarius energy, a lot of people assume that, aquas are water, which they're not. They're the water bearers, the water carriers. And when I see this energy with your King of Cups, the first thing I think about is letting go of the barrier and letting the emotions out. It's like somebody's been holding their emotions back far too long. And the King of Cups is somebody who's in tune with their emotions, right? So the idea here is to let it out. I think a lot of people, especially last week, were going through major emotions and were crying. I kept hearing a lot of people telling me that they've been crying a lot. So that doesn't surprise me. So let's take a look at our, yeah.
Let's see what is in our solar plexus, our personal power to see our ambition. Oh.
And you know what, Miro? You and I talked about this card, and look what it is. The Six of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters and peace. And you can see from this card that the turbulent times are in the background. The storm is at the top of the card, but you can see on the horizon that there is light. And we're going to move out of that turbulence. And you've got the 9 of Cups, and ask and you shall receive. And this is about, your personal wish fulfillment. I mean, do you want to, like, this is the thing, like, do you want to be in the turbulence or do you want to be in the peace? And I think we want peace.
I think that we all actually want to be accepted.
Yeah.
This is about acceptance from my side, because we're all dealing in this turbulence time with 21st century, and people running away and chasing the goals, the rat race and everything. The acceptance over here is the key, because why are you in such a haste? Like, why are you trying to catch up? Because we miss the acceptance from other people. Because if you don't have the relationship, you're not a good person. If you don't have enough money, you're not a good person. If you don't have this or that, that shaping of this, shape that we are having from a system, people around us, is something that we need to let go. Do you honestly think that this girl who is enjoying in wish fulfillment in this 9 of Cups cares about the system, cares about shape and things like that? No. There is a king who is offering one more cup, and she's having the 10 of Cups, which means if you want to have the 10 of Cups, if you want to have the happy life, if you want to have those kind of things, ask for it and change your perception.
Yes.
Because if you think that you don't you're not aware of the fact that you actually have the possibility to basically receive all of this.
It's somebody who doesn't feel
These
like they
three,
deserve it. If they don't feel like they deserve it, right?
exactly. So these 3 cups are on the ground, or at
Yeah.
least they're somewhere. But the other 6 cups are above her. So this is not like, if your ambition is here, it's not about double, it's about 3 times more you will receive. So this is, about the symbolism of the card. But,
Yes.
I think that with these cards so far, we need to stop hiding from how much did we deserve happiness in life. Maybe you need to raise your criteria in a way like, I want it all. Why? Because I want it. That's it. You don't need to explain yourself.
Justify. No, I agree with you. It's interesting how you have all the cups over there, and I'm the one now getting the pentacles and the swords. Because in the previous video, it was the opposite, where you had the various elements and I had all wands.
Yeah.
So let's see now what is in our heart.
Okay.
I have more swords. I have all swords, swords and pentacle. I have the King of Swords, and you see, beautiful. Now, this reminds me of kind of what you just said. This is about being logical and decisive and clearly deciding what you want. You're saying, I want it because I want it. I don't have to justify why I want it. I want it. You know what I mean? So the King of Swords here says, I'm going to live in that truth and that clarity, and I'm going to clearly decide what I want. And then what comes in, what you want, which is the 2 of Cups.
Exactly. And in heart chakra, having the 2 of Cups is the most beautiful placement for this card.
Yeah.
Like, look at this now. The first chakra wanted. So the masculine energy wanted. Why? Because this is the moon. Look at this moon. This is the moon placement. In between, we are having masculine and feminine energy, which means that, I don't care who is accepting, who is allowing, who is doing this, who is doing that. This King of Swords that you have, Kelly, over there, is somebody who is defending. That's the best of the best of the best lawyer, who is defending love, who is defending these 2 beautiful souls, but yet it can be only one beautiful soul who finally found the life inside.
Yes.
Because this is your masculine and your feminine energy inside you, in order for you to receive something bigger, something better.
Yeah.
But I think that finally we have This reminds me actually on the period where in February we have conjunction of Mars and Venus.
Mhm.
After that, we were having Venus in, after time, Venus was in Taurus, Mars was in Aries, Mercury was in Gemini, and we had the divine union. So I think that right now, whatever happening the last couple of months was something that was preparing you for, this week and on. Because from this week and on, I think that we are all going to express our feelings more freely, that we are going to become that lawyer who is actually a mixture between the King of Cups and the King of Swords, who is going to defend, the love that we are fighting for, but yet we're not fighting, we are living. And, I don't care if you support me or not, I support myself, why not? So that's the thing with for at least for me with the hard job.
Well, it's interesting because you and I talked about this in the previous video and also between the two of us privately. And that is that I had this download recently when I woke up from a nap where I just felt so exhausted. And I said, my body is going through this process right now to prepare me. And what I kept getting was preparing for union. Now, like that gets everybody excited because they automatically think of another person. And it could very well be with another person, like that Two of Cups, but it's also that inner masculine and feminine energy. And that's what I'm feeling. Like you said, the last few months have really been sort of preparing us. And I think that this is reminiscent of exactly that conversation that you and I already had. And it's like preparing ourselves. Now, interesting again, you have all cups over there. I have
Yeah.
pretty much all swords energy other than that page of that page of pentacles. But again, truth and communication and emotions. This is
The interesting symbol on this card, I don't know if you can see it, but over here between these two cups, we have the symbol of Venus, which is
yes,
this symbol. Let me just remind
yes,
you.
yes,
So, the Venus, and in Venus, we had the King of Cups, you had the star. So this is
yes,
something, again, that is divinely guided, because we know the major arcana is always being
yes.
divinely guided with, everything.
Well, now I'm really curious to see this Mercury. So our throat chakra, what are we communicating? Oh, of course. We're communicating the Ace of Pentacles, the manifestation. We're taking that golden path. We're having this new beginning here. And what I find so interesting is that the Mars, the root, was offering that pentacle. And there's the Chariot. Wow, you have a lot of water, all water on your side, But here's that pentacle for that new beginning, and your Chariot is saying yes, essentially.
So this is the Chariot, and we were mentioning how Mercury is going to be connected with Mars. Why? Because Mercury enters, not Mercury, sorry, Mars enters in Gemini,
Mhm.
who ruled by Mercury. Moon in Cancer, Moon in Chariot, so
Yeah.
Moon is in his placement with the Cancer. So I think that we are, this is easy. We are going to express our feelings and that's it. And you are not going to feel guilt or something like that, because you are the person and you have all the rights in the world to love, to not love, to push away people, to pull away people towards you, to do you. That's always what I say. First of all, do you. After that, do whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see our third eye, our Jupiter. Oh, oh, the Wheel of Fortune, our fate, our destiny, our shift. Holy shift. Holy shift. You couldn't even make that up. Holy shift, Miro. That's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. Like you really can't make that up. I mean, look, that's double confirmation there. And we talked about this actually in the previous video about let the universe take the wheel.
Yes. I mentioned that, like, the universe take the wheel. And the funny thing is that, this is the card of Jupiter. Jupiter is our, third eye
Yeah.
chakra. So this is about, like, you don't need to worry who is going to hold the wheel of this chariot, who is going to do it. is this person me over here, or is this or that? Universe is doing things for you.
Wow.
And I think that universe is channeling from through you to lead you to that destination that you need to be on. So this is
Love it.
mind blowing. Let's
It
see
is
the
totally. Now I'm really curious. Okay, what's the Saturn, our crown chakra, the Two of Wands,
ah,
the Magician. You know what's so interesting is that the Two of Wands is like planning your future, and it's like it's such a beautiful thing. There's the Magician. You have all the tools. You just have to clearly decide. That's it. That's all it is. We talked about this earlier. It's just deciding what you want and it's yours.
everything is prepared. Let's call it like this.
Yeah.
Everything is prepared. The swords, the cups, the pentacles, and the wands.
Yeah.
Now you don't need to worry who is going to drive
Hmm.
of this card, because this person over here is the same person as here, but yet this person is being spiritually guided through
Yeah.
his crown chakra all the
Hmm.
way down. So, Two of Wands that Kelly holds is a card for me personally. I won, I conquered something. Let's move to next one. Let's go to another thing to move. So if
Yeah.
this table is being placed with everything, with your mind, with your emotion, with your practical, with your actions and everything, you don't need to over clean it, over prepare it, overdo it, over this, over that. No, leave it like that. Enjoy the ride, trust the process, trust everything, because what's below it's above, what's above it's below.
Yes.
Leave that emotion, always like want more from life, because then you will receive, and then you will not have truth, you will not have the secrets, because this secret is not going to be the dark side of the moon, it's going to be the illumination. This might be illumination. Maybe you're going to finally realize how big kingdom you have inside you.
Yeah. It's limitless. It's limitless. That's the manifestation of the Magician. Wow, Miro, that was really beautiful. Thank you so, so much. I can't wait to see what happens next week. So let us know in the comments if this resonates with you. And thank you again, Miro.
Thank you, Kelly. Bye bye.